Aktivitas penambang emas ilegal marak di Sekadau, Kalimantan Barat. Penambangan emas merusak cagar budaya. Banjir setinggi 1,5 meter ini kembali menerjang Kabupaten Danastri, Kalimantan Barat. Sebanyak 7 kecamatan dilaporkan terdampak banjir akibat luapan sungai.
Banjir setinggi 2 meter masih mengepung 7 kecamatan di wilayah Kabupaten Kapuas, Hulu, Kalimantan Barat.
BPBD Kapuas Hulu mencatat 16.000 lebih jiwa.
Alright, so good evening everyone. First of all, my name is Billy with the EcoNews tonight. And in our last report, we uncovered the environmental crisis threatening Indonesia's longest river, which is Kapuas. The mercury poisoning and illegal gold mining and catastrophic floods have taken a heavy toll on the community. Tonight, we turn the page. This special report focuses on solutions, the recovery effort underway, the challenges ahead, and the people fighting to restore that what's been lost. From the ground to the government, from NGOs to everyday citizens, here's how West Kalimantan is responding. In the aftermath of the March 2025 floods, a small but determined group formed in a remote village along the Kapuas River. They call themselves River Watch. So, Rafa, you are the part of the River Watch team in your village. Why did you start this movement?
So after the March floods, many of us realized that we couldn't just wait for the government. The water rose fast, we lost beds, motors, and some neighbors even lost their homes. We started River Watch to do what we could. Log when illegal mining rafts show up, alert the local media, and send proof to environmental groups. It's not, it's not much, but it is something.
So, has it made any difference?
A bit, we have tried to work with NGOs like Sangga Bumi Lestari, WWF, and Rimba Collective. But most of their focus is on protecting forests, orangutans, or helping with the farming. The mining issue, it is different. It is like it is protected somehow. The missionary just keeps coming back, and it's never clear who's really behind it.
So, do you think there's any political or institutional backing?
Well, I don't really want to speculate too much, but it is quite strange. The rafts vanish after a video goes viral, but 2 days later, they're quietly back. The community thinks there are powerful people involved, but maybe people profiting at multiple levels. It's like playing a whack-a-mole with something no one truly wants to stop.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rafa, for speaking. And in response to mounting public and pressure and international concern, the Indonesian government has shown efforts, or at least on paper. So, Ms. Zharfa, what's the new measures are being taken to stop the illegal mining in Kapuas River?
So actually, we've begun to use drone surveillance and satellite imagery to locate active mining rafts. We are also piloting the village level reporting hotlines, but however, enforcement is still challenging, especially in remote areas where local police may lack the equipment or mandate.
So, is there any cases that being brought to the court?
Yes, but prosecution is difficult because many actors remain anonymous. Even when equipment is seized, the financiers behind it often escape punishment. So we need stronger coordination between ministries, law enforcement, and local communities.
But is there any NGOs that try to lend a help?
Yes, actually, groups like WWF, Rimba Collective, and Sangga Bumi Lestari, they have made progress in forest protection and biodiversity, yet mining poses a uniquely complex challenge. We've also had small organizations help with reforestation, biodiversity corridors, and sustainable farming programs, but illegal mining is much harder to intervene in. It's deeply entrenched, not just environmentally, but economically and politically. Some miners are poor farmers looking for income, while others operate under networks we don't fully understand.
But is there any partner that trying to collab with the group?
Yes, we've made efforts. Initiatives such as River Watch actually help provide eyes and ears on the ground, but they need proper support, such as equipment, connectivity, safety, and the most importantly, trust, because many villagers are still hesitant to speak out, even anonymously. They've seen the risk. We in the government need to do more to protect them and rebuild that trust.
Thank you for speaking. So, to understand what's possible and what's missing, we spoke to an individual environmental analyst tracking mercury recovery efforts globally. Dr. Renata, how does Indonesia approach to mercury pollution compare with the past cases like, for example, the Minamata disease in Japan?
The Minamata disease in the 1950s involved industrial mercury dumped into the bay, causing mass pollution. What followed was decades of cleanup, medical monitoring, and compensation, backed by court rulings and sustained public pressure. The government certifies Minamata disease based on the pollution-related health damage compensation law, and those affected receive compensation from the responsible company. In this case was the Chiso Corporation, of about 22 million yen to each 3,000 patients. Furthermore, in order to get rid of any worries, the government does medical examinations to the inhabitants and assists financially to those with symptoms of Minamata disease. Indonesia's case, however, is different. The mercury comes from decentralized illegal mining, but the health risks are similar. We haven't yet seen a nationwide screening program, dedicated recovery zones, or a legal framework holding financiers accountable.
Okay, so what would the real recovery looks like?
It requires political will, a task force with teeth, ongoing medical checks, and funding not just for cleanup, but for long-term community health. Japan has shown that Minamata disease has been eradicated and that recovery is possible, but it takes more than just statements. It takes decades of commitment and real law enforcement.
Okay, thank you for speaking. And so, path forward is uncertain, but it's not hopeless. Experts say that Kapuas River can still recover, but the window is narrowing. Mercury level can decline with proper regulation. Erosion can be reversed through reforestation, and illegal mining can be reduced if there is a real political will. Community groups like Riverwatch, civil society coalition, and public whistleblowers are laying the groundwork. But they can't do it alone. Real change need systemic support, legal action, and also protection for those who dare to speak up. The Kapuas River has given life to West Kalimantan for centuries. What it needs now is protection and restoration. This isn't just a story of a poison river. It's a story of courage, of community, and of a fight that only just began. I'm with Billy, and this has been a special report for EcoNews tonight. Thank you for watching and good night.